Saturday, October 29th, and I am here on the Western Uplands Trail in Algonquin Park. I know I said last week I was sick of this trail, but I'm actually excited for today's hike because I've been always going to the right the last few times I've been on this trail, and this time I'm off to the left. So I've only been on this left part once before, and that was the first time I was on this trail when I did the whole thing. Anywho, I'm on my way 11 kilometers to Steeprise Lake, spot number 2. It's a beautiful day, it's 11 degrees. Oh, the great thing about today is that this weather, like the daily high and the nightly low, is exactly the same as what I can probably expect on the big hiking and camping trip that I am planning for my winter break. So I'm very excited for today as a trial run for my big trip. So yeah, it's already 12:30. I'm like super late today. So let's get hiking. It is 1:35. I've been hiking for 1 hour and 1 minute. It's so quiet. There's absolutely no wind, so there's no leaves rustling. So except for, yeah, passing the odd stream, it's just amazingly quiet. Oh, I'm having such a great time out here. Yeah. All right, so that was rare. I just circled for 10 minutes. I could not find the trail. Even though I still don't see a blaze, I've clearly picked up the trail again, but I could not find it. And one thing I have found that is useful in those situations, like it's happened to me on other trails, is backtrack, and not just until you spot the last blaze, but go back and stand right at the last blaze, because from there, anyway, you can see other possibilities, which is what happened. Okay, let's carry on. All right, this is a pretty nice spot, so I'm going to just stop for a few minutes, have a break, eat a protein bar, enjoy the sun on my face, and listen to the waterfalls. is 3:34. I've been hiking for 3 hours, and yeah, I would say I have maybe an hour more at the most. I think less. Yeah. So I am here at Steeprise Lake, spot number 1, which was the first spot I saw on this lake. So I continued on thinking 2 would be next. There are only 2 spots on this lake. I walked all the way to Maggie Lake and realized, oh, I missed it. So I walked back, and again, there's nothing between here and Maggie Lake. So that means I would have had to have missed it way before. But now it's getting late. It's 5 o'clock. So I feel like I'm just gonna see if there's anyone here, and if there's not, I'm gonna stay here because there's like 2 hours left of daylight. I don't know how I could have missed. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I really hope no one else shows up at this spot because I just don't understand. Like, as soon as I saw the sign that said Steeprise Lake, I was on high alert. Like, I mean, anywho, I hope no one else shows up. And now it's just going to bug me all night. All right, I'm going to set my tent up. Time to eat and have coffee. I've brought along my homemade and dehydrated and vacuum sealed vegan cream of broccoli soup. So I'm gonna have that for dinner. So I'm just enjoying my coffee while I wait for that to rehydrate. I mean, it really doesn't take that long, but whatever. I'm just gonna let it rehydrate for as long as it takes me to drink this, which is way more time than it needs. It smells so good. I love broccoli. I am so glad I started dehydrating meals. So delish. Yeah. So this was only 114 grams. This looks like a lot of food. I wasn't expecting to have this much success with the fire. So I'm thrilled because, yeah, unlike last week, I'm not tired. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stay up and sit by the fire and enjoy this silence. This is amazing. Yay. All right, it is 7:30. Although it's very early, I had already hung out in front of the fire in the pitch dark for like more than an hour. So I just thought I'd come into the tent. As far as warmth goes, so tonight's going to get down to -6 degrees. So I've got my good to -7 degree sleeping bag. I've got a merino wool short sleeve shirt. I've put on a merino wool long sleeve shirt. I'm not currently wearing my jacket, but I can throw that on through the night if I get cold. I have gloves if I get cold. I put on this merino wool toque or hat or whatever it's called. I also have the liner that I can put in my sleeping bag that adds 8 degrees of warmth. So I'm not currently employing all the things I can do for warmth. And I don't think, I also put another pair of socks on. So I've got a double socks on. I'm wearing merino wool leggings. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm not tired, but I'm going to play on my phone. I'm going to listen to my audiobook. I'm on to a new book now called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. I'm really enjoying it. It's science fiction, which is not my normal genre, but I like it. It's clever. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so I will say goodnight before I go to sleep. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on the dot. I've been awake for a good hour. Yeah, I guess I did not say goodnight last night. I woke up at 2 a.m. The light was still on. Yeah, I just fell into a deep sleep. Yeah, I've slept really comfortably, really warmly, so I can feel that the air is cold. I'm pretty sure it did get down to -6. Maybe it still is right now, but I did not feel the need to put on any more layers. I did find last week I complained that this didn't let the moisture out very well, but I did find a little metal bar that you can set up to help the moisture escape. And waking up this morning, I can see that's made a big difference. So I'll show that feature. I really need to watch a video about how to properly set this tent up, because I still think there's something I'm doing wrong, because the mesh on that side is very slack. So I feel like there's one more thing I need to be doing that I'm not doing. But anyway, that's fine. So yeah, it's 6 o'clock. It's still pitch black out, but I've been awake for an hour. I'm finished editing my video from yesterday. So I am going to get up and make coffee and maybe even a morning fire. We'll see. So this tent has some other great features, like I can roll up the door, the fly, and tuck that away, so that's great. Yeah, the vestibule, of course. Okay, I've collected a little bit of kindling, some sticks, some wood. It's pretty damp. That's what's left from last night. And then there's this log that I didn't use from last night, so I think we can get a small fire started. I'm so excited. There's my earth sack. So I normally wait until the sun starts to rise before I get up, until it starts to get a little bit light out. So I'm really proud of myself that I'm up in the pitch black dark. And I'm not just up, like, this is amazing. I'm really enjoying myself. So yay. Yeah, really having a nice time. Really comfortable in the cold. I'm not cold at all. It was easy to get up. It's not like I had to, gather my courage, or no, I was warm. And yeah, this gives me a lot of encouragement for my upcoming trip that will be in exactly these temperatures. So yeah, let's make coffee and a fire. It is 7 in the morning. The sun should be up shortly in the next half hour or so, and then I'll make some breakfast. it smells like real cheese. I guess that's a funny thing to say. Wow. What a difference. Yeah. Annie's mac and cheese for the win. So I only brought 2/3 of what the package comes with, and I still think it's going to be too much food. So it's good for me to learn all this before I go on my big trip. I mean, I've done a big trip. Like I've done lots of through hikes before, but because this trip is so long, I have to be very, very frugal with my weight. So if I can reduce weight, I will. But that BioLite for the tent, that is a game changer. I really, really, really want to bring that. What a difference from other brands of macaroni and cheese. I've had Annie's before, but it is 8:08. I'm just sitting here on this rock, staring out into the lake. I think I'll make another coffee, come back out here, and just chill before I start packing up. This is just, I guess I thought I was going to be more uncomfortable and I'd have to learn to pack this, pack that, but this is great. I'm warm. I'm 100% properly prepared. Yeah, this is fantastic. The sun is just so powerful. It's so quiet. I've had such a nice time. It's 9:45, so it's later than I normally leave, which I am 100% okay with. I've already packed up, so yeah, I just have to take these extra socks off and it's time to go. Items I found at this camp spot: a bong, sunglasses, and a bunch of cordage. I will take the cordage with me. Oy, oy, oy. The other stuff I will not. Oy. Oh, and these too. Ooh. Over the beaver dam. Okay. Oh my God, you scared the poo out of me.
Sorry.
All right, so I did find Steeprise number 2, but there is no sign indicating the side trail to get to it. There's no sign indicating that there's a camp spot in there. The only reason I found it was because I mistakenly went off trail, found the camp spot, and then myself became lost. Then I couldn't find the main trail. The gentleman who startled me at the beaver dam also came up behind me. He also went the same direction I went, and we were both circling there for like 15 or 20 minutes. So anyway, I followed my own advice. I went back to the last blaze. That didn't help. I went back even further to the sign that said Steeprise Lake. Finally, I was able to see where the actual path continued. But yeah, that's a major problem. Also, that gentleman, his name is Leo. He's with his friend Tyler, but he can't. His friend Tyler's like super lagging behind, and I hope he finds him. All right, I just stop and take my hat off. I was just boiling. It is such a beautiful day. Yay. Let's keep hiking. And now I have to take off the socks that I did not take off earlier. OMG, so much better. All right, it is 12 o'clock, so I've been hiking for 2 hours technically. I mean, I spent 15 to 20 minutes of that lost. Anywho, after I found the right path and I called Leo and I said, it's over here, I found the path, and he came back and joined me, and then I was like, okay, well, good luck, and I left, and he was waiting there at the intersection for his friend Tyler. Anyway, so this is like an hour later now, and I'm walking and I see a gentleman in front of me, and I was like, hello. I'm like, is your name Tyler by chance? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Leo's waiting for you like way back there. So I hope they find each other. They're both very nice. Anywho. By the way, this is where that 8-man tent was abandoned. If you watch my video number, I don't know, the one where I do the entire 3 loops of the Western Uplands Trail. Yeah, there was like an 8-man tent abandoned here. So it is all gone, which is good. it is 1:22, so it's kind of funny and weird. So I was just hiking. And anyway, then I stopped and I put my backpack on a big boulder, and I had some water, and then I put the backpack back on, and then I carried on, and then I got to a part of the trail where I was like, I couldn't see where it continued. So I backtracked, and then I went forward, and I was like, did I just come up this hill, or was I going down the hill? Like, I got so disoriented. I've never become disoriented like that before. Like, I've lost a trail before, sure, but I've known, like, yes, I came from that way. Yes, I need to go that way. I just can't find the trail. I couldn't recall which direction I'd come from. Anyway, just as I was like, I don't even know which way I came from, all of a sudden this man appeared. I thought it was Tyler. I'm like, hey. I'm like, oh, I said, where did she come from? Like, because there was a woman behind him. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, Tyler, right? He goes, no, like we're here together. And I was like, you're not the gentleman I spoke to earlier? And he's like, no. And I'm like, what? And I was like, I was sure that it was him. Anyway, they redirected me. I'm on the trail now. And then they went off for lunch. So weird that they came along just at that moment that I got so disoriented. Oh my God. And they said that they saw the other gentleman with the beard. And they're like, he's with another gentleman. And I'm like, yeah. Anywho, I guess I just got disoriented. Okay, gonna carry on.